You feel my death? What? What do you mean you feel my death? Why would you feel my death? Give me some stuff to react to or something. I don't know. Like, oh, hey, look at this. A Xenoblade 3 video. It's an hour and 20 minutes. Hey, let's open that up. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Damon X Machina review. Dad is a hero, mom is a spirit, I'm a reincarnator? What is this? Give me something, give me like a video link or something, or like if there's something you want to watch. I don't know, man. Let's just do some videos. See, we're gonna keep it chill. I found something. I don't know what to play, you know? Another Anna account. You found something? Okay, let's try this. What is this? Eminence of Shadow, Requiem of Scattered Shadows? What the heck is this? What is this?
シャドウの死を受け入れられないデルタが魔人化。タイムリープを繰り返し、その未来は回避できたけど、代わりに魔人化したガンマは救うことができなかった。その後、魔人化ガンマを幽閉して、当面は吸血鬼狩りを行うことになる。これはディアボロスの戦力を削るのが目的。そして、市民からの三英雄たちの信仰度を高め、ディアボロス討伐後も組織がオリビアたちに手出しできないようにする目的があった。私たちは早速吸血鬼の一大勢力である激強の拠点の一つを強襲。拠点の吸血鬼自体は難なく攻略できたけど、
Penguin King, you don't have anything? You wanted me to stream, but I don't know what to stream right now. You didn't say anything. So, like, is there something in particular you wanted me to do or play? I feel like it's good to have these streams every so often, though, too. Just let's have like a little watch. We can watch some stuff. But what is this anyway? What are we watching here? Eminence of Shadow, Requiem Scattered. I'm not even paying attention to this. Hey, Lemon Pass. I don't even know what's going on with this shit. What is this? What is going on with this right here? I feel like I wanna, let me put on something else. Let's watch this trailer right here. Dad is a hero, mom is a spirit, I'm a reincarnator. It's Eminence in the Shadow exclusive story. I don't know what that is.
精霊に許してほしいと願ってね。でも年月が経って自分たちの先祖が精霊の怒りを買った理由すら忘れてしまった。呪い。
What?
ありがとう。
あまり他の男どもの目に入れたくないのだけど。
Eminence of Shadow, it's canon to both the novel and the anime. I don't think I know what Eminence in Shadow even is, I'll be honest. I haven't watched that or anything. I'm not familiar with what that is. Unfortunately.
エレンは王家に目をつけられた。待っていたよ、ロベル。そして小さなお姫様。紹介しよう。ガディエル、12歳。お会いできて光栄です。
あなた、ちゃんとエレンちゃんを守ってね。
俺の娘に触れるな。
Don't touch my daughter. What is this?
君はあれからどうしているの？
私に魂たちを解放する力があるのでしょうか。生きてゆけるの。
Okay. Yeah, that seems weird, I guess. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. What exactly is the Imminence of Shadow stuff? I don't know what that is. I don't know this. Maybe I'll check it out later. Okay, here's a Xenoblade video. Carrying the weight of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Maybe this is too long. What about like the TikToks? Don't y'all like some crazy TikToks I should probably look at maybe? This seems like a really long video. I don't know if I should watch this one. It seems really, really long. What is this? Oh, look at Switch 2 backwards compatibility. Okay, that's probably a cool video. I watched Fortune's Weave trailer for 12 hours and this is what I found. You know what? Maybe I'll watch this one. This seems interesting because I'm curious about the Fire Emblem stuff. What the? Oh, it's an ad. I was like, what is this?
The hour-long Nintendo Switch 2 Direct ended with an incredibly surprising reveal for Fire Emblem's next entry in its over 30-year history, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. This game's setting seems to take place within the same universe as Three Houses, but whether it's a
wait, hold on. I'll wait a second because it seems like there's an ad in Twitch. So I had to deal with an ad in YouTube and now there's an ad on Twitch. So I'll chill out for a second, but yeah. Yeah, nobody else has anything they want me to kind of check out? No crazy TikToks or something like that? None of that craziness? Alright, I'm just waiting for the ads right now. Oh man, you know what? I remember I saw this too. This video right here, it's showing the Mario Galaxy and how that Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on Switch is gonna be like $70. It's kind of insane.
Or alternate universe is still unclear. Today I will break down every detail I could find about the trailer for the game, and by the end of it you will have a much clearer idea of what the heck is going on. The trailer starts with a shot of a huge...
Okay, so Fortune's Weave, here we go. We got a breakdown by Fargast.
Huge city where the heroic games will be held inside a coliseum. Awakening fans might have a sense of deja vu, as the aesthetic reminds me of Arena Ferox. At 15 seconds, royals with red and blue hair are shown waiting for the match to begin, which is given the go by the pointy-eared...
That's crazy too. This game, it's gonna be like... I was looking at this trailer a few times too, and it seems like... I think it's gonna be like a prequel. Because I don't know how this is gonna be a sequel, you know? Like, how is this gonna be like a sequel game? It feels like it's really gonna be a sequel. Like there's parts where it's like it's hard to tell, but generally speaking, from whenever like all the stuff they showed, especially with Sothis, it feels like it's definitely going to be a prequel for this. Go watch Prime trailer, the Metroid Prime trailer. Oh man, Alabaster Dawn. I'm waiting for this too. This demo comes out, I think, pretty soon as well. Metroid Prime, yes. Hold on. Metroid Prime 4 trailer. Just the new one right here. Yeah. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Let's see. What's up with this trailer anyway? You want me to watch this one? Man, this looks so good too. Oh my goodness. This looks so fucking good, man. With the bike shit is kind of crazy. I was thinking too, like with this thing, how she's got this bike. But what was weird to me is that she has an ability with the speed booster, so she can move really fast. So it was kind of strange seeing this bike when I was thinking, doesn't she already have like a speed booster skill where she could just run like super fast, like insanely fast? So it's like, why would she need this bike when she could just run through everything like super fast and just... You know, when she runs through shit, she like disintegrates them and shit. That's just for 2D games. I think there's a speed booster in one of the Prime games. I think the speed booster exists. And also I think it exists in Other M. I think Other M has a speed booster too. I'm pretty sure. I forgot which Prime game though has a I'm pretty sure at least one of these Prime games has a speed or... Well, no, maybe it's just a screw attack. Maybe not the speed booster. But not the... Yeah, I think maybe it was a screw attack. Not the speed booster, but they're kind of similar. But this looks really cool, though. I really like this bike shit. It looks pretty cool. And then you could jump up. So it's like a mount. You could just mount it and then leave. Can you just take that wherever? Like, as long as the bike fits, I guess, you can probably just take it. That seems pretty nice. And this thing with these guys. Okay, yeah. Rip that shit off. Morph ball action. I feel like there's going to be a screw attack / space jump in this game as well. Especially from that part where that bridge broke down. I feel like they're gonna... to get back across, you'll need to get like the screw attack or the space jump or whatever they have it. Because the space jump is the space jump is what's supposed to be what gives you the ability to keep jumping, right? The screw attack, it just turns it so when you do a flip in the air, you become like pretty much invulnerable, and then you just kill shit when you touch it. But in Prime, the screw attack was basically like the space jump, where it allowed you to do multiple jumps and shit. And they never gave you like the space jump directly, I think. It was just like the screw attack, and the screw attack is what allowed you to do the multiple jumps. But that's like a different ability in the 2D games. I guess some of the stuff in Prime is just a little bit different, which is fine. They make some adjustments so it makes more sense for that type of game. Yeah, I mean, that was a good trailer. Massive open world, probably, yeah. It seems, it's like, because some of the parts, it's like, you have the open world, but then other parts, it's like, hey, wait a second. I feel like the open world is just seamless loading zones. Metroid isn't really an open world type game. Yeah, but it would be cool if they make it like that. If they make it, I feel like I feel like that whole open area is going to be more like a hub. a connecting hub that connects all the other sections of the game. That's what I feel like it's gonna be. Like maybe it'll be pretty big, but I don't think it's gonna be a real like open world game. I think it's just that section is just gonna be like a hub area. Yeah, seamless loading zone. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll see when it comes out. It would be really cool to have like an actual open world Metroid, I guess, to where it is like, hey, yeah, you could just kind of travel anywhere without having to worry about going through certain doors and stuff like that. I think that might be pretty cool. Yeah, I mean it might be. Yeah, I guess you never know. It could be open world, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens when it actually comes out. Shoot. Considering how massive the game is, yeah. Prime Remake is like wow, really? It's only 3.7 gigs for the Prime Remake, and that game looks really good too. That game looks insanely good. What the hell are they adding to this game to make it that much bigger? Maybe there's gonna be a lot more voice work and stuff, and maybe it's just, I don't know. Cause Prime Remake looks so damn good, man. It looks so good. Switch 2 version probably will be even bigger, yeah. Probably. Yeah, because they might have like higher res textures and stuff, and that'll take up a lot more space. So it could be I don't think they're doing 4K textures. The 4K textures are so ridiculous. They take up insane amount of space. I don't think they're doing 4K textures. I don't think they need to do 4K textures, is what I'll say. I don't think they have to do that big. I mean, that's 4K resolution. That's not 4K textures per se. 4K textures is a completely different thing. That's like the image file for the textures is at a 4K resolution. It's insane. It takes up a ton of space. They're really, really large file sizes for stuff like that. 4K is just the actual playing resolution, which is still really good, you know, because you do want probably 1440p. I don't know. I guess we will see. I guess we'll see when they actually get to it. Is there something else I should check out? Hold on, let me go back to that to this one. This Fire Emblem junk.
Ruler, who is immediately suspected of being Nabatean, given that the universe this game is in has crests and heroes
Oh my goodness, bro. This game, bro. Like this stuff too. This guy right here. Like he's obviously like a dragon person because he's got those pointy ears and his hair is like kind of green, you know? And those are all, everybody that's got that stuff is like, oh, you can tell immediately, specifically from like the ears. Fire Emblem is now end of Direct Game 2. Yeah, that's the thing too. That was the end of the Direct, was Fire Emblem. So this is, I mean, it's good. Like, you know, we'll see how this game is when it comes out. But it looks like it's the same team that did Three Houses. So I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty solid, right?
relics, among other people. We'll get to that. It's also worth noting that his hair has a green.
It's got to be their big game because it's at the end of a direct. I mean, yeah. Did Fire Emblem Three Houses, was that a game at the end of a direct too? I don't know if it was at the end of a direct.
Hugh, much like
But this
Saros'
game was
does.
pretty big,
As
though.
the man makes his speech, the trailer shows 4 characters: a purple-haired kid, a woman adorned in armor and a crown of dragon bones, a man in black armor with a hero's relic with a creststone of Lamine, and a dancer/songstress. The heroic game.
Yeah, it sold like crazy. Yeah, it was really popular for sure. People love Three Houses. I really like Three Houses too. X.com Ferris Wheel Pro. What? What is this? The fact that some of you are doubting Retro Studios when this is their track record. Oh, yeah. Yeah, very solid a set of games, you know, for sure. Were people complaining about Metroid Prime or something? Yeah, Prime was pretty insane. Yeah, really high score. It was damn near perfect. Damn near perfect scores. Yeah, kind of insane, to be honest. I mean, you got to think that game was like, it felt like Prime was so damn good. I remember when it first came out, and it's just like, what it was essentially for me, it was kind of like, it felt like continuing the tradition of how so many other game developers and publishers were not able to properly translate their games into 3D like Nintendo was able to do. You gotta think, how many games transitioned into 3D and they flopped? That were originally 2D, they went to 3D and they kind of just flopped. I'll give you some examples, like Mega Man, like the OG Mega Man anyway, or like 3D, like Mega Man X. Like, they couldn't make a 3D version of those games. They have Mega Man Legends, but that's like a different type of game, right? And it doesn't feel like a normal Mega Man games. It feels like an adventure game. You think about like Sonic, right? Sonic, did that game really translate well to 3D? Not really. I mean, it's a lot better now, but you got to think about how long it took them to really kind of even start getting that formula for Sonic to transition to 3D. Sonic Adventure is an amazing 3D. Chill out, bro. Chillax. Compare, like, Sonic Adventure is okay. It's okay. It's that's it though. I feel like the initial hit of first playing Sonic when it was in 3D was cool, but then when you actually scrutinize this game and you really kind of critique it, especially when you compare it again, you compare Sonic Adventure to something like Mario 64. It's like, damn, they perfectly translated Mario into 3D, and Sonic, they were like, it was okay, I guess. I feel like it's the its story is probably the thing that carried it in many gameplay styles. I feel like the biggest problem for Sonic with Sonic Adventure is that there were so many different play styles, because some of them were really, really bad. That's the thing, right? Some of the different play styles and the different characters that you like had to kind of use weren't that good. That's the thing. That's what really bogs that game down. I feel like if they kind of just focused on that Sonic aspect, it probably would have been a lot better overall. But Sonic Adventure 2 did that too. It's like there's these parts of the game that aren't like the racing sections. Like, they were trying to do too much. You know, they were focused on too much. Like, why not just focus on the Sonic parts, the Sonic stuff, and do that? Because those parts are pretty good. You know, they weren't fantastic, but they were a lot better than a lot of the other parts of the games, you know. Sonic had a rough 3D transition after adventure game. I mean, the adventure games were not a great transition either. That's why they did all those other different types of games, because even the adventure games weren't that good. I don't know why people like. I've seen people like praise adventure as being so good. Like, bro, have you played those games? Like, they're okay, but again, the issue with the adventure games is that there's these other play styles that you're forced to play as. Like, they're not optional. You have to play these other characters and do these other types of things just to complete the game, you know? And it kind of bogs it down, because you really just want to run around and race around with Sonic, and you can't just do that. You have to do these other characters and stuff, and it's just like, Why are we doing this? Sonic Wolf game, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors. I feel like Sonic Colors was pretty good too. Sonic Colors was pretty good. And then they had the Sonic and the Night. They had the Sonic games on the Wii. Those were kind of weird too. I never actually played those, but I heard they were kind of strange. So I don't really know how to judge those. Adventure on Metacritic is rated decently high. It probably is rated decently high because, again, I feel like when they first released, they were kind of... I feel like they were looked at through like rose-tinted glasses. I don't really know how they were rated as high as they were. Check Go. No, I believe you. I bet you they were probably rated probably in the 80s or something. Because I remember when it first came out, people really liked it. But again, I feel like a part of the problem was just, it was like the novelty, you know? Check Go. Yeah, hold on, man. Let me see. Metacritic. So if I put like Sonic, maybe. Oh, whoa. Sonic Adventure 2 is a 73. The original Sonic, hold on. That's on GameCube. Hold on, let's see. Sonic Adventure. Let me search this real quick. Sonic Adventure 2, 73. Sonic Adventure is TBD? What? Sonic Adventure Director's Cut, yeah. Yeah, I honestly, I thought these would have been higher, but yeah, these games weren't like super great. That's the thing. Like, I don't understand why people praise these games so much. I swear to God, when people say, "Oh, Adventure was good," it's like, bro, did you play Adventure? I played Adventure when it first dropped. People loved it, but again, the story was good. I mean, I don't know, man. I guess the story's fine. It's like it's just I don't know. There's nothing special about the story. It's just like a Sonic, and you know, he's just doing his little adventure. Literally Sonic Adventure. I don't know. The story is kind of whatever. Again, I feel like even with the story, it's like it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it per se. But I wouldn't put a Sonic Adventure story above like Zelda or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, you know, it's fine. It's a pretty generic story overall. There's nothing really crazy or anything that really stands out about it, in my opinion. There's nothing really crazy about it. It's just, oh yeah, it's Sonic and he's fighting people, and then, you know, there's a big evil at the end. The shadow segment is crazy. Yeah, that's like the highlight of it, but the rest of it is like what? Like, what's going on most of the story? Like, I remember the shadow segments, they were fine, I guess. But it's still confusing. The whole thing with shadow, like, also, wait a second. Because the shadow stuff was confusing in the first place. Because it was like, wait, this guy's like a clone of Sonic, but Shadow's not a clone of Sonic. He's something else. So then it's like, what the fuck is Sonic? Like, what is he? I feel like Shadow's story kind of confuses you about who the fuck Sonic is in the first place. I don't know. Sonic Generations X Shadow Generations fix the lore. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about. This the Sonic Generation Shadow Generations. I heard about something about that story, how they were kind of explaining things a bit better when it comes to that. I haven't played that game though, but I did hear a little bit of that about the story and stuff with that. So I think that's what it was. But you got to think, that game just came out when? Last year? When did that game come out? Like last year? Sonic Adventure 2 came out 2002, bro. 2002. So it took over 20 years for them to fix the story. Do you understand what I'm saying when I'm talking about, specifically talking about why Metroid Prime is rated so high? Because what I'm talking about is when games transition from 2D to 3D, Nintendo basically had a perfect run. They did, their first attempt at Mario was basically perfect. Their first attempt at Zelda was basically perfect. Their first attempt at Metroid was basically perfect. They kind of perfectly transitioned their 2D games and what people loved about those games, the feeling, the gameplay loop, all that. They kind of perfectly switched those over to 3D. And almost no other games were able to do that. That's why Metroid Prime, that's why the first Metroid Prime is rated so fucking high. Because it feels like you're literally playing like Super Metroid, but in 3D, right? Did Kirby do good? I don't know. I mean, Kirby is kind of, I feel like Kirby's a different, I don't know. Let me see, Kirby. It was probably fine. Kirby's kind of simple. No results found for Kirby? What? What was the first? I don't really even remember what the first 3D Kirby game. I think Kirby and the Forgotten Land, honestly, is like the first like really 3D Kirby game. And that game is fine. Like, what other 3D Kirby games are there, you know? What's another 3D Kirby game? Kirby 64 wasn't 3D, was it? Kirby and the Forgotten Dreamland? Kirby and the Forgotten Dreamland? You talking about this one, right? The Forgotten Land? This is the newest one. This one just came out a couple years ago. So this one's new. Yeah, but this was like, I feel like this was the first real 3D Kirby game though, right? Because Kirby 64, it's not 3D. It's in 3D, but it's not a 3D game. It's still 2D, I think. Let me see, bro. Hold on. If I put in Kirby 64, I'm pretty sure this is just, yeah, it's just like a 2D game, right? Let me see. Yeah, it's just a 2D game. It's just, and it has 3D graphics. Yeah, so I feel like Kirby and the Forgotten Land was actually the first 3D Kirby game, and that game was fine, but you got to think how long after games were going 3D for this game to actually go 3D, which is not a problem because it is their first attempt, I guess, at a 3D like at a true 3D Kirby game, and it was really good. So I guess that's fine. It's just way after kind of that era is what I'm going to say. Because, you know, when like Mario 64 and stuff first came out, they were still kind of figuring 3D out, you know what I mean? Even for like Super Metroid, they were still kind of like figuring out 3D. And again, think about a lot of how many good, really good 2D games there were, like on Nintendo and Super Nintendo and the Genesis and PlayStation, Saturn. And just think about how many of those games, yeah, they skipped N64. Yeah, I guess they probably couldn't figure it out properly. I heard there was supposed to be a Metroid game on N64, but yeah, they probably didn't make it, or they probably never released it because they couldn't do it properly. And I think that's the right mindset to have, because I feel like with Sonic, they didn't do it properly, but they just released it anyway. They were just like, oh, let's just do whatever, and they just released it. And the game was just kind of like, like it was okay, but it wasn't like, it didn't hit like Mario. It didn't hit like Zelda. It didn't hit like Metroid. You know, these games were hitting. They came out and they set a standard, you know what I mean? That's not always a good mindset. What do you mean? Oh, you mean as far as just making it so it's not like perfect and stuff? I'm not saying they have to make it perfect. It's more about just being able to recognize That's why some franchises of Nintendo don't have a game release. Yeah. But I feel like that's part of why a lot of their games overall seem to have like pretty decently high ratings, like as far as first party stuff goes anyway. Yeah, that's why. It's like they don't want to rehash what they already have, you know. Which is like I don't really see like a huge issue with that. It's more about the problem is like there's definitely things they can do, but they're not really dedicating resources to it. Cause people have made like F-Zero type games before with like new and different kind of more interesting gameplay things, and Nintendo just didn't do it, you know? It's like the people who were kind of in charge of figuring out different gameplay stuff just didn't. It's like they didn't really care. I feel like that's part of it. Maybe they just didn't care that much about it. I don't know. It's really strange though. It's probably the same thing with Star Fox. You know what? Star Fox is such a weird franchise too, because Star Fox, they've released multiple Star Fox games, but like half of the Star Fox games are like remakes of the first Star Fox. You know what I mean? Star Fox. There's 3,000 games with Star Fox? What? Oh my goodness. What in the hell? What was that? Yeah. So see, that's the thing though. It did try and it failed. Yeah, you're right. So they don't always do that. They don't always do that shit. Sometimes they do be trying stuff and it be fucking up. So they're not just always like, oh, if it's not perfect, we won't do it. Nah. Half the time they be doing that shit and it ain't that great. What is this? The Last Benedict Fox? No, I'm looking for Star Fox, bro. Okay, so okay, let's see what we got. We got Star Fox Zero. Star Fox Zero. Star Fox Zero is a remake of the first Star Fox, right? I feel like that's a remake of the first Star Fox. Star Fox 64 is kind of a remake of the first Star Fox as well. And there was also obviously the original Star Fox. So like out of all the Star Fox games that have come out, Star Fox Command was kind of weird. I think I played this, but this wasn't like a regular Star Fox game, I feel like. I'm trying to remember what the hell this game was even about. But yeah, some of this stuff, man, it's like they keep remaking that first game because it's like they can't figure out what to do with it. Like, what the hell? Star Fox Assault? Like, what was... I don't even remember this one either. Apparently, that wasn't too good. This is worse. This was rated worse than Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Assault. Oh, no. Star Fox Adventures was cool. Kid Icarus? Oh, what? Kid Icarus felt? No, Kid Icarus was amazing. Are you serious? Are you talking about as far as like sales? Man, this game was so good. Damn, at 80, it only got an 83. Man, this game deserved higher than an 83. I'll be honest, bro. This game was at least like I want to say almost like a 90, bro. This game was so good. It was so fun. Its controls are horrible. I hear people say that a lot. For me, it wasn't. They weren't that bad once you actually get used to them. It's one of those things where you have to get used to the controls. Once you get used to the controls, they're actually fantastic. I don't know what it is, man. People definitely complain about that a lot, though. They complain so much about the controls, and I remember playing this game and just having such a great time. Once you get used to it, it isn't a good thing. What do you mean? It didn't even take me that long to get used to it, though. Like, after a few levels, you kind of have it down. Unless you... I'm going to say this. Maybe it's just me. Because I definitely know some people that didn't have an issue with the controls. Like, I didn't have a huge problem with it. Like, a game should be at least playable without hurting yourself. I guess. Like, I don't think I was hurting myself. The issue, I feel like the thing too with that game, because when I played that game a lot of times, I had to use that stand. So that is kind of a fair point though. Because when I bought the game, it came with this, like, it came with like a stand you would put your 3DS in. So I would put the game in the stand on for my 3DS. You didn't have the stand? Yeah, that probably didn't help out. That probably didn't help. Maybe the stand is what you needed to help it out a lot. But that is a fair point. If you need a whole ass stand to play the game, like, they probably should have adjusted it. But the issue too is that I know they had this like attachment thing or something you could use where you could have like a second stick for the 3DS. But that thing, I feel like that's not a good way to play that game at all. You have to use that stylus. The stylus is just too fast and too precise, especially compared to like a dual stick. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a stick can do it, but it's almost like comparing like mouse aiming with control aiming, for a first-person shooter and shit. Like, the stylus just was so much faster and so much more precise. You could do so much crazy shit with the stylus and stuff once you get good at it. It's crazy, man. It's so good. It's so good. I understand though, a lot of people definitely did not, they couldn't get it. They couldn't get used to it, or they couldn't play it well. It was kind of sad. I feel like people just really didn't give it a fair shot. They probably were like, "Oh, the controls are weird." Then they heard the discourse online, and they just kind of went with that, and they were like shitting on the game. And it's like, I played the game and it was perfectly fine. I feel like it's the opposite for this. It's like the opposite issue with the Sonic Adventure thing, where people were like praising Sonic Adventure for being so good, and the game was kind of mid overall. Like, it wasn't that great. It was okay, but it wasn't that great, honestly. It was fine for what it was at the time, but compared to what the highest quality games were at that time, like, it wasn't that great. Like, I want to look up some games real quick. Let me put like Mario 64. I'm gonna do Mario 64. What is that? Super Mario 64. Oh, wait, what? Wait, hold on. Let me see. It got an 85 Metacritic. Hold on. I'm looking for the original. Wait. Is this the original Mario 64? Hold on. No, Mario 64 came out. Mario 64 came out in like 96 or something, right? What the hell? Dude, why is this thing going so fucking slow? Like, my computer's running slow as hell. What the hell is happening right now? What the fuck is going on? Oh my gosh. It's original? Wait, what do you mean? Super Mario 64. Bro, why the fuck is it running like this, dude? What the hell? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not the original. The original is not the DS version. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna look it up right now. That is... Mario 64 came out in like 96 or something. 1996, right here. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, that's not the it's showing the DS version. Where's the 64 version? What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck is Metacritic doing? Oh my god, dude. Why is it running like this too? Oh my god. It's running like fucking trash. I can't even use this goddamn site. What the fuck? Why was it running so slow? Restart. It's not my PC. It's a fucking website, dude. Look at, like, I'm up here on this. I'm up on this, and it's running fine. But then I was on Metacritic, and it was running like shit. Hold on. Let me do this Metacritic. Metacritic.com. Let's try this again. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. It's all these fucking ads and shit that are popping up here. These goddamn ads are like fucking bonking my shit down. It's a shitty ass website. Super Mario 64. Let me try this again. Super Mario 64. Why the fuck is it showing the DS version? Nintendo 64. Yeah, a 94 Metacritic. Okay. Why the hell was it showing the fucking DS version? Get ad blocker. You know what? I should. Hold on. Let me see. Ad blocker Chrome extension. I'm gonna get this right now. Fuck it. Yeah, here we go. Sheesh. Yeah, what the man? Fucking Metacritic is insane, bro. It is insane with this shit. The fuck? Okay, there we go. Man, that loads way faster now. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, look at it. See, this game got a 94, right? I'm trying to compare shit, right? This game got a 94, right? So that looks cool. And then let's look up like Zelda Ocarina of Time. 1998. A 99 Metacritic. I think, isn't this like one of the highest rated games ever? 99, bro? Holy fuck. That's fucking damn near perfect. 90. It's the highest rated game, yeah. Yeah. And again, just think about that. Think about that for a second, okay? Super Mario 64, 94. Ocarina of Time, a 99. Metroid Prime, what was it, a 97? The original on GameCube, 97. And you compare that with other games that transitioned into 3D. And it's like, damn, bro. It's like, it's not even close. Nothing come close to Ocarina of Time. I'm going to put, let's think, what is a game that transitioned from 2D to 3D? Give me like a game. Like, okay, you have like Sonic, right? So I'll put Sonic Adventure. Let me check that again. Sonic Adventure. This is the, hold on. Let me check this shit real quick. Is this, let me see. What is the original? Oh my god. What the fuck is these ratings, bro? Oh my god. The director's cut on GameCube was a 57, bro. Oh my god. And this is supposed to be the better version of this game, right? This is supposed to be the better version. It's supposed to be better than the original version, right? What the fuck? A 57. Compare that to like Nintendo shit, bro. Like what the fuck? And then let's check like let's check what's another 2D game that was transitioned to 3D. How about like Castlevania? Castlevania. What's one of the 3D Castlevania games? I forgot. It was Castlevania. Let me do like Castlevania PS2 or something. If I do Castlevania PS2, they don't even, can I not put like the damn Final Fantasy? I mean, Final Fantasy, would that be, I don't even know if we can, let me see. What was like the first, I guess, quote unquote 3D Final Fantasy though? I feel like RPGs, JRPGs like that are a little different. Right, but it's like the Kirby 64 situation. It played like a 2D game still. It wasn't really 3D. It played like 6. You just move around on a 2D plane. You played on 2D backgrounds most of the time. It just was in 3D. No. You can go up and down? You mean like how in 6 you can go up and down stairs and stuff? There's levels? It's not actual 3D because you don't really... You can climb up and down like ladders and stuff, you mean? Final Fantasy VII wasn't actual 3D, bro. It was 2D. It was still 2D. Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X might be the first like actual 3D, but even then, it's not really the same. Because you can't do that much outside of... Like, the game is still kind of confined to, like, the battle system, right? Because you transition to a battle system, to like, a battle plane, right? And you just do enter commands. Maybe, like, 12 would be better. I feel like... maybe 11, actually. Maybe 11 would be better. Maybe that was the first, like, real, like, 3D Final Fantasy. 11. Because 10, right, but it was actually in 3D. So maybe 12. Because 12 was like real-time combat and stuff, right? Or sort of. I haven't actually played 12. But I feel like that one, hold on, Final Fantasy, whoops, 10, 11, 12. I think this game was actually like 3D. I think this game was like actually kind of like in 3D more so than the other ones, because this one has like real-time combat, so you're actually in a 3D space. You move around more in a 3D space. You interact on 3D planes and shit. Yeah, 92. Yeah, not bad at all. Pretty good. I would say like for a JRPG, yeah, I mean it's it's a little more slower pace, but yeah, definitely good. And then there was 13. 13, I guess that was kind of 3D as well. But you still had to transition into battles. It didn't have real-time combat still. I feel like, damn, let me think, man. Maybe a good first 3D Final Fantasy, maybe it was like 15, because 13 wasn't that much 3D either. I mean, it was 3D, but it wasn't like 15 is like you're actually like in a 3D space. I feel like 12 you're actually like in a 3D space, 50, yeah, 15 was proper 3D. Yeah, that was proper 3D. So you're like in a whole 3D space. 16 too. 16 was like proper 3D. 13 was bad, you say? 13 was fine. It was fine. I feel like that's another one of those games that people shit on, but they didn't actually play it. It's like, it was fine. It was I feel like a lot of Final Fantasies people did hate 13, but it's not a bad game. I don't think it's a bad game anyway, because I played them. The only Final Fantasy I haven't really played was like 12, because it looked kind of boring when I seen it. I was like, I don't know about this one. I haven't really played this one. I haven't played 16 either, because it doesn't really look like a Final Fantasy game, I'll be honest. Which people said that about 13, people also said that about 15. But the issue I have with 16, like there's not even like a party really. You don't have like a party or nothing. It seems like they were just making a Devil May Cry game. I feel like if 16 was a spinoff, it would have been received better as well. 16, yeah, it's like an action. I don't. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it should be like a mainline Final Fantasy. That's the only thing with 16 that I think is weird. I feel like if that game was a spinoff, it would have been received a lot better. 13 is way too linear. Is it really? Like 7, 8, 9, 10 were so good. Yeah, I mean, the games before that 7 as well were also really good. Again, I feel like I feel like people don't haven't like tried a lot of the other games. Like it feels like I'm gonna say like 1 through 9 are like really similar as far as their structure and gameplay. It was like I feel like 10 kind of when they kind of started to branch off a little more with just how they were handling things. And then 12 just went completely off the rails. And then 13 was kind of doing its own thing too. And then 15. It felt like each one kind of after 10, like 10 and onwards, were really doing like their own kind of thing like every time. They weren't trying to be standard JRPGs anymore. They were really trying to be something else. I mean, 10 is still very JRPG-ish, really Final Fantasy-ish. But 12 is like they really went a totally different direction with 12, 13, 15 and 16. They were just doing whatever. 1 through 9, I mean 1 through like 10, I guess 9/10, they were you could kind of put all those together and kind of feel like, okay, these are all part of the same franchise. But then at 12 and onward, it's like, damn, they changed things completely. They changed it so much. I wonder what 13 has up here, too. Matter of fact, let me check that. Final Fantasy 13. What is that rated? 83? 13-2 is a 79? Lightning Returns a 66? Oof. Oof. 8 deserves more recognition. I mean, 8 was good, wasn't it? 8 was really good, I thought. I thought people loved 8. What's wrong with 8? What was going on with 8? People didn't like it? I thought it was pretty good. Wait, what? Really? Hang on. Let me check something. Let me check this. I don't know about that, bro. Jeez. I'm gonna look at this real quick. The 1997 version sold over 15 million copies as of June 2020. As of June 2025. What about when it first released? I'm kind of looking for when it first released, not like now. Oh, you mean, okay, so you're saying it was overshadowed. Was it? I guess. To be fair, both games are playable right now, too. Yeah. Man, what the? Where is it? Where can you, like, check sales for something? Is it this right here? VG charts? PS1 sales 9.9 million. Okay. So it sold almost 10 million on the PS1 for that. So then let me try Final Fantasy 8. Let me see. Final 8.6, yeah, that sold a lot too. You still enjoy Final Fantasy VII Remake those days? Final Fantasy VII. I still haven't played Remake. I'm still waiting to play it. Yeah, this sold almost as much as 7 though. I don't know. Maybe it was overshadowed. I don't know. I feel like Final Fantasy VII was just kind of its own thing. I mean, it really was its own thing. I don't think it's like, you know, I don't really feel like other games were over. I don't feel like 8 was overshadowed per se. Why don't people talk about 8 then? I don't know. But people don't talk about a lot of the other games too. They talk about 7 because of what it was at the time. That's why they talk about 7 so much. That's why it's so popular. Final Fantasy, I'll be honest, Final Fantasy 6 is better than Final Fantasy 7 in my opinion as a game. I think Final Fantasy 6 is a better game than Final Fantasy 7. But Final Fantasy 7 is really popular because of what it did at the time. It was a great game. It was the first time people had seen like a lot of the things I did, like all the full motion videos, the multiple disc and all that stuff. It was a pretty big deal when it first released. And the budget, like the budget was insane too. I mean, people at least talk about 10, 12, 15, 14, 15, do they? 6 was talked a lot too. I don't think 6 was talked about it. I don't think 6 is talked about as much as 8. I'll be honest. I don't know. I'm not huge into Final Fantasy discourse in the first place, so I really don't know. I know 7 gets talked about a lot though. Obviously, it gets talked about more than any other game in the series. I feel like it's 7 and it's 10. 7 and 10 seem to be the two that people talk about the most, like by far. And the other ones are just kind of like whatever. That's how I feel about a lot of the games. I don't really hear people talk about 12. I don't really hear people talk about 14, but that's an MMO. It's different because that game still gets updates regularly and stuff. That's different. I feel like 14 isn't really part of the conversation. It's different. But like 15, I don't really feel like people talk about 15. You know, 14 is, I don't feel like 14 is part of that same conversation though. People still play 14. It still gets updates now. It's a different kind of situation with 14. I feel like you can't really put 14 in the same conversation as the rest of the games and say, oh, they talk about 14 a lot. It's like, well, it's still getting updates now. You know, 10's not really getting any updates and they still talk about that game a lot. 7, it is getting a remake still, but I mean, I'm talking about the original 7, you know? People talked about the original 7 a ton even before the remake came out. So I feel like that's part of the thing. So 7 and 10 are definitely, they stand way above the rest as far as how much people talk about them. But that's, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, I feel like. 14 was more popular than WoW was like a year, which is crazy. Yeah, 14 got super popular. It wasn't popular at first and then it blew up. Let me check something. Oh yeah, hold on. First 3D. Hold on, first 3D. Castlevania. Oh wait, you know what? It was Castlevania 64. Okay, so see, this is that shit. This is that shit I'm talking about. The first 3D Castlevania was Castlevania 64, right? So Castlevania 64. What was the meta score on that? Castlevania 64. Dude, what the fuck? Where the hell is Castlevania 64, dude? I guess it was just called Castlevania or something, right? 14 is a bad game though. It's so shit. You have 1600 hours. Chill out. Chill out. You have 1600 hours. What the heck? Where's the damn hold on. Let me try this. Castlevania. It's just called Castlevania. Let me do this. Castlevania. Seriously, dude. I can't even look up this fucking game, bro, because Metacritic sucks. How the hell do you even look a game up? There it is. I guess it's this one? Yeah, here we go. So this one got a 78, bro. It was kind of mid. This game was pretty mid. Honestly, I feel like a 78 is too high for this game. You will never suggest 14 to anyone. It's fine. It's fine. If people want to play it, they'll play it, you know. It's whatever. How is 80 mid? I'm saying this score is too high. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this score is too high. They were really nice on this game. Because you got to think, this is early 3D, you know? But this game wasn't... compare this 78, okay? Compare that to the 99 that Ocarina of Time got, okay? And compare it. This year has some pretty high-rated games. Well, yeah, there were some good games that came out this year for sure. But this game was... How do you check? How do you check the year? Go to games. Oh. Oh, you can put the... Okay, I see. Yeah, this is one of the highest rated years ever, wasn't it? Yeah, look at this shit. Look at this. Holy moly. Tekken 3, 96, bro. Half-Life, 96. 96, 94. This is like one of the best years in gaming, wasn't it? As far as like quality games, high rated games, like this is one of the best years ever. I think, like on record, just how many insane games came out. F-Zero X came out in 98 too. Man, that game was so good. Oh my goodness. Shogo came out. Oh my god, have you ever played Shogo? This game is amazing. Holy shit, such a good game. 2025 has highly rated games too. What even is Shogo? We're gonna look at this real quick, okay? Shogo. Okay, I want you to let me see if I can find this shit. Okay. So look at the publisher and the developer, Monolith Productions. You know what this game is about? This game is about robots. This game is about mechs. Mobile Armored Division Shogo, made by Monolith Productions. Made by Monolith Productions. This is a game where you can pilot a mech and you can get out of your mech too. You don't have to pilot a mech. But there are parts... Is Monolith Productions same as Soft? Is it? Doesn't that feel weird, huh? Monolith Productions made this game called Shogo, where you can ride mobile suits. You can get out of the mobile suits as well and run around on foot. It's a first-person shooter. It's not a Gundam game. It's a first-person shooter. It's man, let me see. Maybe I can find a video of it or something. Hey yo, sending good vibes. Guy, gonna be hating life on FGONA because you gotta farm lots of mats for Kentucky. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Look at this fucking game, bro. What the?
Well, now I understand why everyone was requesting this. I had first heard of Shogo a few years ago, but I didn't really look into it. I knew it was made by Monolith, which made the Fear game, which we've already covered on this channel. They've made a lot of games I like. So when this
Yeah,
intro
Monolith
first started
Productions
playing,
is
I
not
was
Monolith Soft.
confused.
They are
like,
Monolith
seeing here the
Soft.
hallways all lit.
But I think it's insane how there is this company in the late 90s called Monolith Productions, and they happened to make a game with an anime art style, okay? It was an anime art style, and you could ride in mechs in them and shit. Oh yeah, the King K Xeno 3 video. Yeah, I didn't finish watching. I just started it. I didn't watch it. I was gonna watch it, but like, I don't know. Maybe you weren't in when I opened it up, because I was trying to watch it, but I don't know if people were here. Whatever. Did you watch it already? Yeah. Good luck on the farming, Kirby Knight Rose. I hope you get. I hope you can have an easy time. You haven't watched it yet. Do you want to watch it? Let me see. What time is it anyway? You'll watch it sometime this week? Okay, we won't watch it right now then. Does Shogo have a remake? No, I'm pretty sure it does not have a remake. No. They should remake it, or they should re-release it at least. I don't even... Man, hold on. Is this game on Steam? Let me see. Maybe it's on Steam, actually. Oh, it is on Steam. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's on Steam. Okay, so you can buy this game on Steam now. That's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. Wait, what do you mean you're never playing? You won't play it if it's not remade? What's up with that? Oh, hold on. Let me BRB real quick, okay? Hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I'm back. I should really get a mod. How do you make a mod anyway? How do you do mods? I don't even know how to do it. How do I make somebody a mod? Click the person's name. Make mod. Or do /mod at username. Let me see. I'm gonna try this real quick. Let me see. Hey, there you go. There you go. There you go. You got mod right there. Boom. Easy peasy. Nice. Nice. Thank you, mod. I appreciate your assistance. Done. Deleted message. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Get them. Get they asses. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Damn.
There's the Gibbs and...
Oh, but you were saying... Hold on. You were saying... let me see. You saying you can't play old games. They have bad controls? What? This game is amazing. This game is amazing. Wait, what? Ban? How are you banning me from my own channel? How does that work? How would that even work? You're ridiculous. No. No, but this game is actually really good though. This is one of those games that I feel like was pretty much like ahead of its time, I want to say. As far as the controls and stuff go, like this game played so damn well.
You can tell this is a little different than the other games I've played. Let's just get into it.
And the reason why I'm saying that, I'll tell you this, okay? Because again, I'm old. Okay, I'm old. I played this game on PC back in the day, like when it first came out. Okay, I played this, and it was amazing. It played so well. But it's a first-person shooter. Like first-person shooters, I feel like historically have been, specifically on PC with a keyboard and a mouse, I'll say, historically have played very well. Is it? No, it's not like Armored Core 6. It's a first-person shooter. It's not like Armored Core 6 at all. No, that's a totally different type of game. It's just, you're just going around shooting a lot of stuff. And then sometimes you get a mech and you shoot stuff. That's kind of it. Armored Core 6 is like a third-person action game. Oh, it's Half-Life. Yeah, I guess it's definitely more similar to Half-Life. Yeah, for sure. For sure. More similar to Half-Life. Yeah. But again, the Metacritic score for this shit was 88, so not pretty good overall, I feel like. Pretty good. I think that's a decent score for this game because it was really, really fun. Is the story good? I'll be honest, I don't even remember the story. It was just fun as fuck playing it. Like that's all it was. It was just I just remember playing it and being like, damn, this game is amazing. And I just remember the name of the game, like, oh my god, this game is fucking awesome. You know? That was kind of all it was. I forgot what the story was. Like a lot, like some of these games I don't remember the story for. Like, let me see. Dude, I remember having this game Grim Fandango and like not understanding what the fuck to do and just never playing. Like I played a little bit and just being like, it was one of those types of games. It was like an adventure type game or something like that, and I just was like not into it. But I heard it was a really good game. It's got a 94 Metacritic, so it's probably really really good. But I had this game on my PC back then, and I could never get into it. What's this year's highest rated game? Let's see. I don't know. 2025. Oh. Wait, this got a 95? Both of these games have 95s? Holy shit. Zelda Sweep, man. This is crazy. This is the Switch 2 editions, bro. The Switch 2 editions got 95s? Fuck me, bro. Clear Obscure. Yeah, Clear Obscure 93. Hollow Knight Silksong 92. Blue Pierce. What is this? Blueprints. I'm sorry. I said Blue Pierce. Blueprints. What the hell is this? What is this game? Blueprints. Let me check that out. Blueprints. What the fuck even is that? I've never even heard about that game. It's probably, yeah, it must be, huh? Blueprints trailer. Let's check that out. Let's check out the trailer for Blueprints on the PS5. Let's see what this is, because I don't even think I heard of this game.
The architect.
That's kind of weird.
An empty blueprint represents a world of possibilities.
I give and bequeath to my grandnephew all of my right, title, and interest in the house and land which I own near Mount Holly.
A world of dreams.
What?
The above provision is contingent on discovering the location
What is this?
of the 46th room of my 45-room estate.
I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
Should my grandnephew fail, then this gift shall.
This is like this is like Mist or something? Is that what this is like, I guess? What the fuck? That's a 92 Metacritic, guys. That's... Yeah, story hard carried. Yeah, it must have... I don't know what's going on with that. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess that's the one. 92 Metacritic. The... What is that? Essentially, that is the third highest rated game of this year, if you're not counting Zelda. Let's ignore the Zeldas, and let's go by that. Clear Obscure is the highest. Then Hollow Knight... I'm sorry. It is tied with the 92 with the Hollow Knight Silksong. But maybe Hollow Knight's a little bit higher, 92. But this is kind of crazy. Split Fiction, 91. Very great game. Donkey Kong Bonanza, 91 as well. So that's also tied with Split Fiction. Silksong isn't fully rated yet. It's not? How is it not fully rated? The game's been out for... over a week. It's been out for... It came out on the 4th? It's been out for 10, almost 2 weeks. 8 people still need to review it. I mean, who are the 8? How do you even know 8 people still need to review it? Where do you even see that at? What the heck? How do you know 8 people need to review it still? Huh. I can't tell. Like, what's going on. Oh, so you're saying Claire has 8 reviewers more than this game? Is that what you're saying? Despilate 89, Death Stranding 2 89, Monster Hunter. This is funny. This is a good one. Monster Hunter Wilds 88. Is that? Look at. Do you think this is a proper score for Monster Hunter Wilds? I haven't played this game, so I don't know for sure. But I have heard mixed things about this game for sure. It's probably really good, but it just didn't run very well. Like, what's up with that? This game's on sale. My goodness. Huh. I don't know, man. What was it? A biotech factory? A biotech factory? I don't know what that is. Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, 88, Eartheon? Sword of the Sea? I haven't even heard of it. Monster Train 2? Never heard of that. Oh, Shinobi. I want to play that game still. 87, pretty good. Xenoblade X, 87. That's also a great game. Something Cursed Yo-Yo? What is that? Lonely Mountain Snow Riders? Crash over and over until you... What? That's kind of weird. What? Look at the difference. The actual score from the critics and the user scores. Why do people hate this game so much? What the heck? That's so weird. Last year had good games. Yeah, what was going on last year? $2024. Astrobot. Oh, and Elden Ring, yeah. Metaphor. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. UFO 50. It's a bunch of games. Slay the Princess Pristine Edition? I got a 91? Damn. At this point, go through every year's top 10? Sure, we'll go through them. Balatro. Caves of Quid? I've never even heard of this game. What is this? Caves of Cood? Hold up, bro. I never even heard of that game. Caves of Cood. What the fuck is this? Caves of Cood announcement trailer 1 month ago? What the fuck is this game? You still play Balatro? I've never played Balatro.
Come, hide from the high salt sun.
Caves of Cood.
My trade? I am a stone carver, and I commemorate the deeds of adventurers.
17 years in the making? What?
In our world, where everything thinks, where everything feels,
What the hell is
There's a lot
this?
to carve. I've seen adventurers of every kind. The horned, the winged, those with translucent skin, with bionic eyes, those who race through time to recruit clones of themselves, wall diggers, shrine desecrators, those who violate the laws of physics, who swapped bodies with a goat, who swapped bodies with a robot,
Dwarf Fortress
who sprayed
creators?
an aerosol can of brain onto a door and swapped bodies with the door and walked around as a door. And of course, my most popular commodity, the tombstone. I've carved every death imaginable. Decapitated, swallowed whole, shot to death by lasers, crushed under the weight of 1,000 suns, turned into a gemstone, slammed to death because they were a door and someone slammed the door. But I know this won't deter you. You'll seek the spindle, deathless spire of light that carves the bright sky like I do a slab of granite. Go then, the festival begins. And take care I don't put your...
Yeah, no, this deserves a rating. What is this? That was kind of confusing for me. I didn't really understand what was happening. It's like the character, you had like a character and then you're in this world. You don't know. I have some idea of what Dwarf Fortress is, but I've never played Dwarf Fortress. I've never played that game. Because it didn't look like it was something that appealed to me is what I'll say. I know what Dwarf Fortress is, though. Let me see if I can find a Dwarf Fortress. I'll watch like a video of it or something. Dwarf Fortress review.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy.
That's me.
So, what do you do outside of the Capital One
It's
Bank?
Dwarf Fortress, but instead of simulation, you're
no fees
playing.
on checking accounts and no overdraft fees help me sleep at night. What's in your world?
To the ship! I'm not scared. Lead the way, somebody else!
He's completely
Dude,
trashed
fucking
the
ads.
apartment.
Ad block is not blocking ads on
That's
YouTube,
my
I guess, huh? Hold up.
7 dwarves set out from the mountain homes to establish a new colony in a world rife with gods, monsters, and ancient legends. They are short, sturdy creatures fond of drink and industry. In their ingenuity, they will craft incredible artifacts, face great evils, and found a citadel to stand the test of ages. Or they'll dig a little too close to a volcano and flood the whole thing with lava. That's par for the course in Dwarf Fortress, and you can bet I'll be generating another world to do it all again either way. This modern classic has been simulating amazing stories of triumph and tragedy for nearly 20 years already, but its incredible depth has long been locked behind an accessibility barrier of ASCII graphics and arcane keyboard controls. It's a wall that was worth climbing over. But now its long-awaited Steam release has helped ease that effort with attractive pixel art and a slew of quality of life improvements.
Basically, the complexity of Dwarf Fortress and a
already
non-simulation
amazing
type game.
for a new generation of storytellers. Even if you've never dared these intimidating tunnels yourself, you've almost certainly felt Dwarf Fortress's impact. Developer Bay 12 Games effectively founded the genre we now call the colony sim with it, paving the way for games like RimWorld and influencing countless others. But among its many successors, none can procedurally generate such a rich world and fill it with interesting characters so reliably as Dwarf Fortress. Its Steam release finally brings the controls in line with those descendants too, adding actual mouse support, a fully fledged graphical interface, and settings menus, rather than being forced to directly edit game files. The proper mouse support alone is worth the cost of entry here, and the simple ability to click through the interface is a breeze. For all that remarkably thorough improvement, Dwarf Fortress is still an unapologetically complex game. Its new tutorial helps towards getting you started and teaching you how to play, but no tutorial could cover 1/10 of what you might eventually want to know, and those new to this genre will need patience. This is, after all, a game where you have separate workshops to spin thread, weave cloth, then dye that cloth before making even a single dwarven sock. It's a game where you'll become an amateur mineralogist, as all good dwarves are, to figure out where in the geological strata to dig for iron, tin, coal, or gold. You'll somehow learn the difference between gabbro, and granite, you'll almost certainly read an article describing what a quern is. One of the biggest conceits in Dwarf Fortress is that you can't directly control your dwarves outside of actively mobilized military squads. You set their direction in the world, but can't make them do a damn thing to your personal timetable. And it's delightful that you can't. Each dwarf has thoughts, memories, favorite things, personal skills, relationships, and physical traits that affect their choices. They'll make bizarre decisions because of who they are. And the procedural nature of it all means that those are sometimes hysterical, frustrating, or even poignant. Everyone has their own tales of the time a dwarf went sprinting out into a goblin horde because they forgot their socks in the pasture. But you're just as likely to see a beautiful story, like my two doctors who got married in the middle of a goblin attack. As nearby patients cried out in pain and enemies were at the gates, they held an impromptu wedding in the ER, officiated by a friend. Poignant, as though they decided that if their lives were threatened, they would rather die married than apart. Hilarious, because a patient was mid-surgery and everyone involved was spattered with blood. These stories are everywhere in Dwarf Fortress, and finding them is part of play. Notifications let you know that certain things are happening, but to fully understand them, you have to read the event logs, look at the history of your dwarves, and spend some time paused just poking around your fort. It's deeply rewarding for players who are curious and introspective, or who enjoy role-playing their fortress inhabitants, figuring out why they do what they do. Dwarf Fortress is a nerd game par excellence, asking for your attention and care in a vast range of subjects. There is always something new to learn, a challenge to attempt, or an absurd project to try. I don't find all its complexity scary or intimidating. I find it a challenge I want to rise to. The community's motto has long been that losing is fun, and you'll see players describing doomed ends that range from poisonous monster breath to dwarven civil wars as a potential source of that fun. You're here to collaborate with game systems, not fight against them. And the fact that most fortresses end in ruin is simply part of how you learn the deep systems, gaining ever more knowledge of how to survive dwarven life for next time. You set your own goals here. You could make your fort a hub of crafts and trade, selling carved stone tchotchkes to the wider world. Or instead, one where dwarven smiths use the secrets of steelmaking to forge an invincible military. Either way, you'll be building a lot, and construction is an entire subgame on its own. Placing fortifications and workshops is one end of it, but so is making efficient fortress designs where dwarves only travel a minimal distance from their beds to their duties. It's especially fun to build devious traps, be they classic pits or entire false entranceways that open, let in attackers, and then seal before flooding with water or magma. Or maybe minecarts filled with swords that stop abruptly and fling them into enemies. We call those dwarven shotguns. One of my favorite challenges to build around comes when you open up the large, monster-filled caverns beneath the earth. Opening caves attracts wandering monster-slaying adventurers who will petition to live in your fort so they can explore the depths, which means you'll probably want to build a really cool tavern, complete with staff and bards. All adventurers need a tavern, after all. I love to read the combat logs of slayers against monsters. Battles may look like blinking sprites smashing into each other on the surface, but diving into the log of what's actually happening is great. Spears get stuck in bone, limbs are severed, and wounded warriors slip in puddles of their own blood. Desperate fights come down to unarmed struggle, with one side choking the life out of the other. This is struggle that really means a lot once you get to know the characters in question. Sometimes a good day in Dwarf Fortress is fighting off a dragon attack. Sometimes it's seeing that one of your dwarves likes frogs and then making some frog statues for their bedroom. Of course, many of the places where this vast and beautiful game has flaws are the same as they were before its Steam release. So much is going on at any given time that performance inevitably suffers as maps grow in size and complexity. Building ever larger will inevitably bring what the community calls FPS death, with forts of more than 200 dwarves rarely sustainable on any but the beefiest PCs. As always, generating smaller worlds and picking smaller fortress sites helps, as is making sure your dwarves throw their dirty socks into a magma-based disposal system. The new interface also makes a heroic effort, but still struggles to contain the sheer volume of stuff in play. Dwarves alone have a dozen tabs in their information panel, and item lists can get quickly overwhelmed by sheer numbers. The updated controls are pretty flexible at least, and let you rebind just about anything. That's a smart, player-friendly nod to the fact that learning keybinds and shortcuts will still be important.
This game
to make
still gets
any
updated.
experience
I'll be
playing
honest,
Dwarf
like
Fortress
this
smooth.
to me is like, it's like I'm just like I'm listening and I'm like taking it in, but it's like what are you even doing in this game? You're just kind of like, you make a world and then the dwarves are kind of just doing their own thing, and you could kind of make suggestions or make certain things happen, but you don't control them. They just kind of do their own thing, and they still have 30 years of content planned. They have 30 years of content planned. That's crazy. It's just simulation game. Yeah, I don't really play simulation games, I guess. I don't think I've played games like this. These aren't the types of games I like to play. I guess that's what it is. Maybe it could be interesting, but it's like, like I don't know.
For me, learning where every nugget
It could
of
be
information
fun,
is
I guess,
kept
just
and
kind of reading the
fastest way to
stories,
access
but
it is part of the charm. You can't love Dwarf Fortress and also complain that it's too complicated. Its complexity necessitates its form. You don't buy a Ferrari and then complain that it requires constant maintenance to reach its potential. Dwarf Fortress is complicated because it is a machine made by two dedicated craftspeople over decades, tuned for precisely one purpose: to generate entire worlds and fill them with endless adventure. If I had to pick one game to play for the rest of my life, it would be Dwarf Fortress, because I don't think I'd ever run out of new and fascinating things to do. Infinitely explorable in its complexity and equally rewarding in the depth you'll find there, this is the quintessential world simulation and building management game. Until now, its magnificent worlds have been inaccessible to all but the dedicated few, but this new Steam version is beefed up with lovely graphics and equipped with modern controls, opening the floodgates for a new generation to blissfully drown in its magnificent story engine. What spills forth is a genre-defining masterpiece, proving just how incredible video games can be when a developer has a precise goal and valiantly strives to achieve it, even if the effort takes decades. 2022 has been a great year for games, so for more recent 10 out of 10s, check out our reviews of God of War Ragnarok or Pentiment. And for everything else, keep it right here on IGN.
The fact that every dwarf has 32 teeth that are tracked by the game should tell you the level of obsessive detail orientation that spawned this monument of simulation. On the Steam forum for Dwarf Fortress, someone asked something along the lines of, "Jesus, were all y'all just waiting 20 years to finally spend money on this game?" The answer was a resounding yes. What the hell? Oh, is the sequel? Was that one? What was it? The Caves of Kood or whatever the hell it was? Yeah, this thing. What the heck? I guess. And Animal Well. Animal Well is here. Oh, Tsukihime, also a 90. Okay. Is that the remake? A Piece of Blue Glass Moon. Tekken 8 got a 92. Thank goodness you're here. I don't know what that is. Hey, there you go, Tsukihime right there. Is this a remake of or is this a new? Is easily the best looking visual novel you've seen? What the hell? Animal Well is amazing. I haven't played that either. There's a lot of games I haven't played up here. I did play this game. This game is amazing. 89. That shit should have been like a 90 something, bro. The Dominus Collection, Castlevania, fucking awesome. One of the best collections, bro. Absolutely incredible. They did actual ports. It's not even emulation. They did proper ports of these games. It's fucking fantastic. All right, let's do what, 2023? Hold on. If I can, is it? Oh wait, wait, what? Hold on. There it goes. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, this was when Baldur's Gate came out. Okay, Baldur's Gate and The Legend of Zelda and Metroid Prime Remake. Oh my god. 94 for the remake. Holy shit. Xenoblade 3. Oh yeah, I think that was for Future Redeemed. Yeah. Yeah, Future Redeemed got crazy high scores. Oh shit, the trailer, bro.
Matthew.
Let's watch the trailer. This shit, yeah. Number 6 in the top 10, bro. Shit was incredible.
It's in your hands, Matthew.
What is that?
This trailer is confusing.
Can't be a blade.
I feel like it's confusing on purpose, of course, to not spoil shit.
I don't normally stoop to this. Such duplicity is beneath me. The clockless.
What do you want to do? Shulk.
Careful!
I like your attitude, kiddo. I'll show my thing goes free.
I put two philosophies together to double my power. Those are not marked for a bloody breakthrough.
I can't understand anything that dude said. His voice is so distorted.
Here I go!
With or without Mobius, nothing will change.
Niall?
In the end, people always kill people.
I heard about that from Melia.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy. That little shot right there with the Trinity processor, like, what? People were going crazy. This was crazy too. This shot. What the fuck?
But now I'm glad I'm here. Glad I can choose for myself.
Honestly, just knowing who I'm meant to be fighting, that's the biggest thing of all.
Even having built the perfect world for themselves, humans yet desired the beyond.
Matthew! Always in fantasy land.
I've seen that look before. The stare of your fearful looking eyes.
I've seen that look before. Yeah, what? Dude, that song too, man. They always have the crazy songs at the end. At least like with the lyrics and stuff. I feel like they're always crazy. It's like for like I don't know about this one, but I know like for like Xenoblade 2. What? What do you mean it was mid? How was that mid? How was the ending song mid? The final boss song was good, but the ending song was mid? Nah, bro. You talking about the song with the lyrics in Xenoblade 2? That shit was peak, man. You don't like The Last You? What? I don't like One Last Drifting Soul, One Last You. Is that the name of the song? I don't even know what the hell the name of the song is. Drifting Soul, that's Nia's song, ain't it? It's called One Last You, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty good. It's a pretty good song. They're all pretty good. I don't know, but yeah, here we go. Xenoblade top 10. In the top 10 for 2023. They really killed it. Mario Bros. Wonder as well. Yeah, this is crazy, actually. Think about what came out that year. Oh my god. It's the original Slay the Princess. That shit came out too. That's a 90. Damn. Damn. This is crazy. Slay the Princess was this high on Metacritic? Did it win anything? Did it win any awards? Like, what the fuck? I don't remember seeing this game in the Game Awards. What's up with that? This game is fun too, bro. Were you in the stream when I played this? When I was playing this? This shit was good. This game is crazy. Street Fighter 6 on 92. That game's pretty good. Resident Evil 4 remake. Spider-Man. Jack John. What is this? Jack John. What is this one? Let me see. Jack John. Is there a trailer? Jack John trailer. Official launch trailer. Launch trailer. I don't know. Let's see what this is. I don't know what this is. Axis? Oh. Axis Games, okay. What is this game about? Jack John. What is this game? Is this just like a what? Where's the gameplay? What the hell is this? Wait, a rhythm Otomi count me in? What?
My son, tell me why we fight.
Bro, can I skip this? What the fuck is going on here? This is a 2-minute trailer, bro. Are you fucking joking right now? What the fuck? What is this?
With so many Otome
So this is an Otome
a prestigious
game?
institution with over 300 be able to act into male roles, known as Jacks, and female roles, known as Jeans. Somewhat convinced that she'll never be able to attend the school, fate would have her run into the principal, who offers her the opportunity to enroll, but under 3 conditions. She must conceal her gender and pretend to be a boy, deepen bonds and connections with her classmates, and finally, lend a leading. You see, contrary to contemporaries, about 80% of the story consists of the common route, with only a final chapter changing in accordance with the love interests you choose. In order to get into a certain love interest from other classes, and they feature unique special events.
Oh, here you go.
A school year, you must align the cursor by nudging it left and right with the shoulder
Okay.
buttons. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, this is a rhythm game. You can choose your difficulty, but regardless of which you pick, your ending will be determined by your rank. During my playthrough, even though there was practice options, it's a bit challenging due to the video playing in the background, and on certain performances, especially during singing, I ended up getting some misses and off timing because of how distracting it was. And no, there's no way to turn them off. At the end of the performance, you're graded based on the rating of each segment. This is followed by the individual...
What? What is this? This game got a 90 something? 90 Metacritic? Was it that good? What is going on with this game? It looks, I don't know. isn't looking like. It must be the story. It must be the story. It got a 90 on Metacritic, bro. I don't know what that is. Videoverse? What is this? $90 on Metacritic. What are some of these games, bro? Pizza Tower? Dave the Diver? Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. Jack John got a higher rating than Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, bro. What is happening right now? What is happening? Phantom Liberty was so good. What is happening right now, bro? What is happening? What the heck? What is going on with this, man? I don't get it. I don't get it. What the hell, man? Don't talk shit. The game's probably amazing. I guess. God of War Ragnarok got an 88. Or God of War Valhalla. Ragnarok. Oh, that's a DLC. Never mind. I was like, wait. Damn, this other game. Oh my god. Jack John. What? This game is probably... It's a game amazing? I don't know. Maybe. Let's check the next year. What do we got here? Okay. Was it 20... Hold on. 2022, right? Alright, 20... Oh, no, we just did 2022. Oh, no. Here we go. Okay. So, 2022, we had Elden Ring, okay. Elden Ring Portal Companion, God of War Ragnarok. I Was a Teenage something... Chained Echoes got a 90. Oh shit, man, this one, jeez. Xenoblade 3. That's Xenoblade's in top 10 again. Yeah, dude. I feel like maybe this was just a slower year. Not that Xenoblade doesn't deserve to be in the top 10, but like we're like in the top 5 and we're already dropping like out of the 90s. For the Metacritic score. Look at Nier Automata for the Switch got an 89. That's crazy. Great game, amazing game. Neon White. Yeah, wait, what was this one? I Was a Teenage Exocolonist? What in the hell? I ain't never heard of this game. I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Can I just copy paste this? Let me see. I'm gonna copy. I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Trailer. Let's look at the trailer. Because what is this? What in the world? Was this a visual novel as well? Oh no.
I give you one more chance, but I won't forget.
It's like a card battle game? So this is just like a visual novel, but there's like card battling stuff going on. What the hell? Music 10/10, art style 10/10, gameplay 11 out of 10, Best in the genre, story 8 out of 10. Are you talking about Neon White? Neon White. I think I've seen this game, but I have not played this game. Neon White launch trailer. Maybe we'll do that. Let's see what this says, or what this has. Neon White launch trailer.
We're called neons, sinners plucked from hell to do God's dirty work. But I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
Huh? What was that even? It's like a first-person shooter, but they were like using cards or something? What was going on? Switch trailer is better? This... Wait, which you talking about? The release date trailer, maybe? Hold on. Oh, you're talking about the other one, the gameplay trailer. Whoops. Hold on. Well, what the fuck? Now I can't even... Hold on. The one in the video. So this one right here. The gameplay walkthrough, this one? Okay.
I'm Ben Esposito. In 2018, I released Donut County, a wholesome game designed for kids and adults alike. After that, I decided that my next game will not be for kids or adults. It'll be a game for freaks. Neon White is a single-player speedrunning FPS where you can sacrifice your guns for godlike parkour moves. You play as White, a dead assassin plucked from hell. As a Neon, you have 10 days to purge heaven of a demonic invasion, but you're not alone. Only the fastest demon slayer will earn the right to stay in heaven. As you play White's story, you'll have plenty of opportunities to get to know the other Neons. You could use a soul card's magic to shoot like a gun, or you can discard it to use its special movement ability. When to shoot and when to discard is up to you, but if you want to go fast, you're gonna need to discard your cards. Don't be afraid to use them. You can't take cards with you to the next level. Here's your handgun. Discard it to use Elevate, which lets you double jump to attack from above or create new shortcuts. Here's your SMG. Discard it to use Stomp. It's self-explanatory. And here we have the shotgun. Discard it to launch yourself like a fireball. Now let's put it together. I'll demonstrate a level for you. Neon White is made up of tight, hand-designed levels that are meant to be replayed, with new things to do as you gain XP known as Insight. You can share level times with friends, or if you prove yourself, you can compete on the global Neon leaderboards. I got a silver. You can see I earned some Insight, which unlocks a few new features for this level. Not bad, but let's see what it looks like if we play our cards right. Piece of cake. Nah, I practiced. Top medals improve your Neon rank, which unlocks even more missions. It also earns more Insight, which reveals hints for shortcuts and a hidden collectible in every level. Each one of these gifts is a mini puzzle that requires a clever use of card resources to collect. It's a tattletale toy. I know someone who loves these. Let's go find her. This is the map of Central Heaven. Here you'll get new missions and events where you can spend time with the other characters. Giving gifts you found in your missions will deepen your relationships.
He played bad, then he played decent. I think he went slow probably at first just to show it off.
It's not a traditional dating sim, but there's lots of juicy content to unlock, like side quests exploring the underworld. And hidden memories from your past life, which might change how your story ends. During the 10 Days of Judgment, you'll find weapons made of human souls, meet angels in the flesh, and if you become the #1 demon slayer, they'll give you an ice cream cone. Neon White is coming to Nintendo Switch this winter. On behalf of the team, thank you. We'll see you in heaven.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems it's like a speedrunning game. It's so good. Yeah, I guess you just kind of get used to speedrunning, I guess, and just go through the game really fast. Yeah, it could be fun, just like racing through. Yeah, what was that? This is for 2022, right? Yeah, all these shits, bro. Some good stuff in here. Hyper Demon, I don't know what that is. What is this? Hyper Demon. Let's see what the hell this is. It makes you feel like a speedrunner. Yeah, apparently that's what it seems like anyway, huh? Hyper Demon launch trailer. Okay, I'll check that link in a sec. Let me see this Hyper Demon thing real quick. Gamer Maker Toolkit made a video on this. What? Whoa. What in the hell is this? What is happening? Oh my god. Yeah, okay, I feel like the name is very fitting for this game. What the fuck though? What is even happening? Holy shit. Hyper Demon? Jesus Christ. What? I can't even tell what's happening. I see like the hand. It seems like it's shooting something. But what the fuck? What is going on? You like this game, Hyper Demon? This looks so trippy. What the fuck? This game simulates how drugs feel? Is that what it's supposed to do? This looks unplayable. I love it. Yeah, what the fuck? That looks really crazy. LCD game. Alright, what's this thing right here? How Neon White works. Okay.
Hey there.
How Neon White lets you speedrunning.
Yeah, I dedicate my last video to the most innovative game from the last 12 months. In the past, I've talked about time-traveling detective games, brain-busting block pushers, and time-looping archaeological adventures. So, what should I pick for 2022? Well, I've always been interested in speedrunning. That's the practice of taking a game and trying to finish it in the fastest way humanly possible. This requires you to play with impeccable skill, to understand every facet of the game's underlying design, to research movement tech, to exploit skips, shortcuts, and sequence breaking, and sometimes to break the game into a billion pieces. It's a fun part of gaming culture, from annual conventions like Awesome Games Done Quick to YouTube chronicles like Summoning Salt. But, let's be honest, I'm never going to do it. This requires an unbelievable time commitment. A top Ocarina of Time runner
I feel like I can
never
never do speedrunning.
500 hours.
I feel like I can never speedrun because of the amount of time it takes just to like learn all the shit. It's kind of insane. LCD game. Do you know this guy? This guy? Talking about this YouTuber? Not really. Game Maker's Toolkit? Who is this guy?
On the game. I could spend that time doing much better.
This guy makes the game jams.
Things like watching the Shrek the Hall's Christmas special 9,000 times. So, what if you made a game that simulated the feeling of being a speedrunner? that gave you the chance to learn a moveset, practice running over and over again, find skips and shortcuts, and slowly get better. But without the 1,000-hour commitment. Well, that would be Neon White. So, at its most basic, this is a first-person platforming game. In each level, you pick up these carefully placed weapon cards. They can be used to shoot down demons, or they can be discarded to unleash a special move, borrowed from other platforming games, like a double jump, forward dash, rocket jump, hookshot, or ground pound. And so you must race through each level, shooting demons, discarding cards, and moving with speed and skill. Now you could finish each level, move on, fast forward through the cringe dialogue, and roll credits in a few hours. But that's not really the point. If you just play to win each level without going back to optimize your time,
He said, this guy makes game jams. You know the annual game jams where the first place gets 50K USD? I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell that is. Game jams where you win $50,000? So what the hell? What is that? Game jam? Is that like GDQ? Like games done quick or something? Game jams are basically events where people make games in 1 week. How is that even possible? What the fuck? So you have to be like an experienced developer and then you just make a game in 1 week from scratch? Like from nothing? You literally just get the game and you make it and then in 1 week? It's mostly for indie? Well, yeah, I would assume so. Because that'd be insane to have like a big name publisher try to do this shit. And they probably wouldn't because it'd be wasting for them resources or something. And it's not always experience. How would an inexperienced person... The top 3 are picked up to be made into full games. Oh, that's pretty cool though. That sounds pretty awesome. Like they pay for it, I guess. The guy who runs it. Celeste is a game jam project. Oh, that's pretty cool. The 2018 Game of the Year contender. Oh, that's pretty cool. So Celeste was a game they made in 1 week. That's kind of insane. Hollow Knight is a game they made in 1 week. Or I mean, well, you know, probably obviously not the whole game, but yeah. Celeste demo was made in a week. Hollow Knight demo. Yeah, I know what you mean. Not the whole fucking game, but yeah, just like the concept and all that stuff. Like you could play like a one boss or something, or do like 1 or 2 levels. Like the main concept of the game was kind of complete. That's still kind of insane though. Like how the fuck do you make that shit that fast? Like what the fuck? Do they like is there a way do they like teach you how to make the game or something, or like how does that even work? It's a very cool event. It sounds pretty cool. I would like to make a fucking they don't teach you how to make the game. How do you just do it, but how do you even make it? I want to make a game. That'd be cool. I want to do that. But where do you even start making a game? You learn beforehand? How do you know how to start that shit, bro? It sounds cool, but goddamn, like, how the fuck do you even do that?
Not really playing
in 1 week.
Neon White.
That sounds insane.
Creator Ben Esposito. The game initially began as a first-person shooter mixed with a deck builder. You'd assemble a deck of cards and then get dealt random weapons and powers in the middle of a fight, which kinda sucked. But when Ben changed the prototype to have a breadcrumb trail of hand-picked cards, his friends quickly started running through the levels as quickly as possible, trading back and forth their best times, which led to the Neon White as we now know it. It's a big departure from his previous game, the noodly hole-em-up Donut County, which was designed to appeal to as many people as possible with its simple gameplay and controls. This time, Ben wanted to make a game that a few people would absolutely love, a strange mix of Counter-Strike surf maps, Toonami anime, Dreamcast aesthetics, visual novel dialogue, and more. Anyway, like Ben says, Neon White is most fun when you play the level and then try to do it again, but faster. But during development, this wasn't always obvious to people, and they would blast through levels without ever thinking to retry for a better time. So the team developed a system that would encourage players to optimize. It's called Insight, designed, as Ben says, to orient people to the true fun of the game. So when you start a level for the first time, you're given a screen like this. Everything's
you say you learn beforehand and then put all your eggs in the basket to make a game, yeah.
locked. So you just...
I mean, they don't have people, like, do they have... each year they pick a specific genre to focus on, and usually the top 1 games... The top 1 games are made into full games, usually always become at least a well-known indie game of the genre. Okay, so they'll pick a genre of game to make, and then you make a game in that genre. But, like, is there any type of way to kind of see if, like, for instance, maybe somebody started a game before the week? Like, they're not, or is it just they just have to trust that they just made that game in the week? Or is there some kind of, like, thing in place where people can kind of know?
Play the level. You're probably a tad slow, you might make a few mistakes, you might hesitate, and so you get a
There's ways to
medal.
check, okay.
Cleared it.
This unlocks a leaderboard with your friends' times, and also shows you how fast you need to go for a better reward. Each level in Neon White is incredibly short. A stage might only take 20 or 30 seconds to finish, so they're always quick enough to encourage another go. So, you play again. This round, a timer appears on the screen. You play faster, you're more accurate, you know how the level's laid out, so there's less hesitation. This time you get a silver medal.
I'll take it.
And you can now race against your own ghost to see how you can do it even better. Neon White feels great to play. It has tight, responsive, and reliable movement mechanics, and all the standard forgiveness features like coyote time and edge rounding. It's just intrinsically fun to play, so replaying a level never feels like a chore. And it's crystal clear that with just a bit more skill, a bit more accuracy, a bit more practice, you could totally do it better. So you play again, optimize, improve, do better, get a gold medal. How on earth could I do that any faster?
Didn't even break a sweat.
Neon White's visual design and architecture is intended for clarity and zero ambiguity. It's all clean white buildings with green plants that point towards where to go, and obvious visual affordances like staircases and archways. Plus, the enemies and cards are placed through the stage like a dotted line from start to finish. But that easy route is also a red herring, because each and every level has a secret shortcut that can be exploited to get an even better time. And that's the reward for a gold medal, a level hint, which shows you where to break from the obvious route to get a faster time. So, you play again. With a little more practice, some problem solving, and a dollop of skill, you should have everything you need to net yourself the Ace medal.
It's because I'm the best.
But this finally unlocks the global leaderboards and the temptation to go even faster. Perhaps you'll keep trying, eke out a few extra seconds, search YouTube for tips. Wait, you can parry bullets in this game to get a speed boost? What? And if you do that, you just might unlock a 5th secret red medal for time set by Ben himself. And so by going through this process, you get the feeling of being a speedrunner on that specific level, but in mere minutes or perhaps a few hours, rather than weeks, months, and years. You get to feel like an AGDQ superstar without the time commitment. Of course, none of this is particularly new. Leaderboards have been around since the arcades, player ghosts since ancient racing games, and I praised the hidden medals in Assault Android Cactus for how they reward the best players without demoralizing those who can't make the grade. But there's something special about the way Neon White does it. For most games, time trials, speed runs, gold medals, and so on are the exclusive domain of a few elite players, something that we mere mortals just watch on YouTube. But that's not the case in Neon White. Practically everyone who talks about this game says the same thing. It's almost impossible to move on without, at the very least, a gold medal, maybe an ace if you're feeling spicy. And it's no surprise. The short levels make replaying easy, the tight controls make it fun, and the insight system encourages you to do it by gradually easing you in from a stumbling level finisher to a slick, speedrunning superstar. And so that's why I'm picking it as the most innovative game of 2022.
Not bad for a dead guy, huh?
Okay.
Some honorable mentions, as always.
Yeah, that seems
like
interesting.
2019's winner Baba Is You, Patrick's Parabox is a block-shunting soccer band game that soon gets super meta. This time, the block you are pushing around might just be the level you are playing in, creating a recursive nightmare of infinite possibilities. Sounds like it would melt your brain, but the elegant and considered puzzle design gently guides you along a journey of surprising twists and aha moments. Citizen Sleeper is a micro-RPG with an inventive dice-based mechanic. Each morning you'll wake up with a handful of dice showing random values. You can then spend these dots on different tasks, which forces you to consider your priorities. Which jobs are most important, and which characters do you want to hang out with the most? This makes every choice feel more meaningful. Vampire Survivors looks like junk and basically plays itself, but this automated twin-stick shooter is
Vampire
impossible
Survivors.
to
I
put
played
down
this. This
by
is so
lifting the
fun
most
for some
repulsive
reason.
parts of clickers, RPGs,
This game
Russo
is so
games,
fun for
and
some reason. It's like,
synergistic
yeah,
deck
what the heck
builders.
is this?
This game burrowed its way into my brain
Jeez.
until I forcibly kicked it off my Xbox. There was also the non-Euclidean adventure Hyperbolica, the goofy rhythm game Trombone Champ, and
Trombone
Tunic,
Champ.
the game that hides its best mysteries in a vintage instruction manual. This year had some real gems. And if you want to know my 10 favourite games of 2022, then check out GMTK on Patreon. Those on the video tier can now check out my Game of the Year list. Patreon is also the #1 best way to support this channel and everything I've been doing this year. Since January, I've made videos on topics like invisible choices, economies, combining genres and solving problems, and games like Deathloop, Hitman.
Okay, so that's pretty much it, I guess. Alright, yeah. That seems everything. I mean, it seems pretty good. This seems pretty good. You know, not too bad or anything right now. Oh, man. Give me a. I need a BRB for a bit. I need a BRB. I need to go. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm gonna get some food. I'm like really hungry right now. You could end. Yeah, I just want to get some food. That's all. That's all I want to do. I'm gonna go get some food. So I'm probably gonna do that. Maybe I can. I don't know. We'll see. Manny. Oh, Manny will stream. Maybe I'll try to jump in. I'll try to get some food. Maybe I'll jump in her stream. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, let me go get some food though. Let me get something to eat. I'm pretty hungry. So I'll be back. I'll be back in a little bit. I don't know if I'll stream, but I'll be on Discord. If Manny's streaming, just let me know in Discord or something. Thank you, Penguin. Thank you, everybody. Till next time. Peace out.